Welcome back, y'all. Since we're all waiting for the big Dress to Impress update to release, I thought, hey, why not do a second episode of Dress to Debate? I made one a few months back called Are Your DTI Outfits Iconic or a Total Hot Mess? Where we talked about when outfits are considered creative or just messy. It was just a silly little debate, nothing serious. But I did see a couple of people get really mad about it. I remember someone saying,
"Wow, you made a whole 15-minute video about this?"
Well, yes.
and I'll do it again. Personally, I love making these types of videos. I am very aware a lot of these topics are not that serious, but I enjoy starting discussions with y'all and just having fun. If you feel like these videos aren't your cup of tea, understandable, have a good day. But if you enjoy hearing me just talk, I appreciate you being here. Anyways, for today's installment of Dress to Debate, we're going to talk about the infamous Was I Robbed posts that are all over social media. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically when a player takes a screenshot of their outfit and the outfit of the players that won podium, and then asks on social media, was I robbed? Or in other words, should I have won or did I deserve to lose? The reason I decided to talk about this today is because there's been a little bit of fighting on whether it's okay to make these posts or not. I also remember talking about it briefly in my hot takes video, since someone said they felt like these posts were fine to make and people shouldn't get upset over them. As always, I wanted to see how people in the community felt about this, so I created a poll that asked, do you think was I robbed posts are okay to make? The overall answer was yes. However, I did see a lot of interesting comments that I definitely want to talk about. I'll also go over some was I robbed posts I found on Reddit just to show examples of what I think is respectful and what is just straight up bullying. Before we start, you already know what I'm gonna say. Do not spread hate towards anyone mentioned in this video. Please be very demure, very mindful in the comments. Let's go ahead and start with the first section. So first I'm gonna go ahead and give like a mini origin story about how these posts even started. If I'm being honest right now, I couldn't figure out when the first post was ever made, but from what I remember, there was this Twitter post that went viral that said the theme was vampire, and it showed the Twitter user's outfit on the left side and the people who won podium on the right side. I'm pretty sure everybody in the Dress to Impress community knows what I'm talking about, considering it was added to one of the Dress to Impress updates. I believe it was actually for the Brat one. It became such a big meme in the Dress to Impress community. From what I understood, it seemed like people thought that the outfit the Twitter user made wasn't that good and that the people on podium deserved their place. Editing me here. I think I misunderstood the meme. I think people were laughing at the fact that the person said the theme was vampire and everybody on podium was on theme, so they started clowning the poster. I don't know, I'm old. But yeah, I think this is where it all started. And whenever I search on Reddit, the earliest post I can find is from 6 months ago, which would be around August. At first, it was all fun and games and people actually enjoyed interacting with these types of posts, but then it became so constant. But now there's a lot of people in the community being like, stop, no more. I'm gonna go ahead and read a couple of Reddit posts I found regarding this topic. The first one is titled, anyone else getting tired of the was I robbed post? For the first week I played the game, I got a little upset at my placement. Now I've been playing for more than 3 months and I really don't care about the voting. Sure, it's nice to get on podium and get more stars, but there's so many things that go into voting. People voting for their in-game friends, literal children not voting accurately, people joining late and only being able to vote for the last few people, etc, etc. At its core, this game is about fashion and making outfits and having fun doing it. The voting is just part of it. I just kind of get tired of seeing the was I robbed posts all the time.
The tea is exceptionally good today.
The next one is titled, the was I robbed posts are getting into y'all's heads. I'm starting to see people with genuinely horrible outfits complain because they weren't on podium, and glazers in the comments are like, oh my god, you were so robbed, you deserved first place. I would have gave you 5 stars. Like, no you wouldn't. It's honestly so annoying. Don't take this personally, but y'all need to accept the fact that you didn't win and move on. It's a children's game.
Tea.
And the last one is titled, is it just me or are you tired of seeing stuff like this? You know all the I was robbed posts, but it's just wings, some messy layering in one color with horns or antlers and the basic custom makeup. No, you were not robbed. Especially with some of the outfits on podium that actually deserved podium. This concept is so overdone to the point it's not creative anymore. It's the norm. harm. And trust me y'all, there's a lot more posts complaining about this. It even got to the point where the moderator on the DTI subreddit had to make an announcement. Now there's a lot of different reasons as to why people don't like these posts. Some people are just like, get over it. Others are like, oh, you're just fishing for compliments. But the biggest reason I see people complain about it is that they think it's rude. And I kind of get why people feel this way. Most of the posts I've seen are very innocent, but then there's posts where people are like crashing out over it. Another big issue with these types of posts are the fact that you don't know if the people who got podium are little kids just having fun. And since it's Roblox, it's reasonable to assume players are potentially kids. To be fair though, that's like every video game. There's so many factors that go into this. Like in reality, you can make these posts if you want, but you'll most likely get certain people giving you the side eye, even if you didn't mean any harm by it. Now before I continue, I want to go ahead and read some community comments just to see how everybody feels about this. The first one is from Angry Yari. I mean, it seems like innocent fun at first, but to be honest, I'd be so sad if I saw someone making fun of my outfit online. Not to mention, most players are really young, and seeing their outfits being made fun of would suck pretty bad, even if it's just a Roblox game, but that's just me. Michaela Games 24 commented, unfair voting is definitely an issue, but there's been so many posts where they're definitely not being robbed. They take the opportunity to just bully the people on podium simply because they didn't win. They didn't even try on their outfits. That's why I personally get annoyed with these types of posts. I kinda agree. However, I do think some people genuinely think their outfit's like really good. And I say that as somebody who made a Was I Robbed post back in the day. I actually believe the people on podium deserved their spot. My issue was that I came dead last, but I genuinely thought my outfit was so cute. But then the comments on YouTube were humbling me so quick. I actually think it helped me get better because I learned to stop overusing patterns and making them clash weird. So for me personally, I feel like I got something out of it. Cool Beans commented, I think it's okay if you're just being silly, but when it gets to the point where it's bullying, that's when it should stop. Lulu Trene 5781 commented, it's a mixed bag. On one hand, I get feeling upset if your outfit is genuinely really good and needing to vent a little bit because of how unfair and unbalanced voting is. On the other hand, 9 times out of 10, you're ranting about what's most likely a child and making a thread to poke fun at them to make yourself feel better, which isn't cool. It's actually pretty toxic if you really think about it. Ultimately, I'd say just vent quietly to your friends and move on. Don't make a Was I Robbed post, make a check out my fit post instead. That's actually a really good piece of advice. Like if anything, you could make a post being like, hey, can you rate my fit? You just have to be ready to take criticism. Sunny Navaya commented, they're fine as long as the person isn't super heated about it or just straight up hating, because then again, it's a Roblox game and it's never that serious. The Silliness Contagious commented, yes, especially if it's unfair. If it's fair though, then it's kinda an iffy thing for me. But as long as you aren't being overly rude, I suppose it's fine. Sugars commented, no, because it's not first place fault that they got podium. Like I get you're mad at unfair voting, but posting their outfit online and saying you look better isn't okay. They could be a new player who liked their outfit, and at that point, you're just posting to bring them down. Drake commented, I'm not entirely against it, but most of the time, people post like that for the sake of their own vanity. And it's so overdone, I'm sick of seeing it. Like we get it, DTI voting is rigged. We been new. Plus, some of the outfits they make aren't even that good. Queen Biana the Great commented, to me it's okay if you're clearly looking for feedback on your outfits, or if you're not sure if your rating was deserved. But some posts it's clear that people already think they were robbed and are just looking for validation through comments at the expense of other players. And the last comment is from a girl who's just here. It's not really harmful in the physical sense, people can make those, but it kind of feels like it's dragging down the vibes of the overall community. They just want to complain how they should have won and kind of dragging the winners themselves. Yes, the outfits can be super pretty and the winners can look super basic, but at that point, just leave the server and rejoin another one. The community just feels like winning is the end all be all to define an outfit. Why can't we just congratulate the winners and continue to play for fun? If you take it seriously, just find honest servers. There's so much of them nowadays, and I just want the old community back. I feel like these comments bring up great points. There's a lot of stuff I didn't take into consideration when it came to these types of posts, so I'm really happy y'all commented your thoughts and opinions and I was able to read through them. In my personal opinion, I feel like Was I Robbed posts are okay to make. I don't think you're a bad person for wanting to share your experience or wanting to get feedback, but I do agree that it's getting really excessive. If you genuinely want feedback on your outfit, you should make a post stating, hey, can y'all let me know what you think of this? Any tips and pointers? You honestly don't need to compare other outfits outfits in order to do that. To be for real, I feel like it really depends on the intention of the post. I don't think everyone's doing it to be mean or to be vain, or like I saw some people say that you're just fishing for compliments. Honestly, you just need to be respectful towards the other players. There's so many posts where people don't even censor the players' names, which at that point, people are going to interpret it as you being a bully. Because at that point, people can just search them up on Roblox and send them hate. Even if you do censor the name, you also need to be careful of how you caption the post. With that being said, let's look over a couple of examples of what's a good post versus a bad post. First, I'm gonna go over 3 good examples that I found over on Reddit. This one says, the theme was Wonderland, I did the White Queen, was I robbed? Thankfully, the person who posted it censored the names and then showed their outfit on the second slide. This post was straightforward and there wasn't any extraness to it. The next post says, was I robbed? And then it's captioned, I thought I ate. They also censor the names of the players, so I think this is a good post too. And this last one just says, robbed, the theme was coronation. So pretty much as long as you're censoring the name and your caption isn't offensive, you're good to go. I feel like that's pretty easy to do. Now we're gonna look at posts that I feel were a little bit offensive or were just straight up mean. This first one, I actually found it by accident in the DTI Wikipedia page. The title says, I got robbed, but then the caption says, the theme was cybergoth, I was dead last with my fit, and this was the podium, help. I can't make this up. This is the outfit of the person who made the post, which I get the frustration because I actually think it's pretty cute. But the caption kinda gave mean vibes, and also they didn't censor the names of the players. The next post I found was on Reddit and it says, no offense to the winners, but I was absolutely robbed. The theme was detective versus suspect, so I made Kyoko from Danganronpa. And 2 out of 3 winners are first set users who didn't even color it, and I know my layering isn't the best, but man. So this person censored the names, which is good, but I did see some people respond to this negatively, saying like, okay, you can't get mad that nobody understands your niche reference. Honestly, in my opinion, I do think it's cute, but if you don't know what Danganronpa is, it doesn't necessarily give detective vibes, it gives like office vibes if anything, or like cosplay. This specific post doesn't feel like the person was trying to be mean, you can tell they're just tired of unfair voting. But I guess being like, oh I was absolutely robbed is what made people start commenting negatively. Overall, I feel like this post is kind of in the middle. Now in this next one, the person goes, I was robbed for once, I'll actually admit it. And this is the screenshot they showed.
Oh.
Okay, to be so for real, I understand where they're coming from. There's 2 people on podium that didn't put any clothes on. Now the only thing this person did that I felt was wrong was that they went in the Roblox chat and started saying that they were robbed. Trust me, I understand the temptation, but once you say things like that, everybody in the lobby starts saying you're a hater. Honestly, whenever I notice a lobby vote like this, I just leave, cause it's not gonna get any better. If anything, you're just gonna end up getting last every time. Now this last post we're gonna take a look at, it's probably the worst one I've seen so far. The post was titled, was I robbed or do I need to get over myself? The caption says, the theme was animatronics. I don't usually care if I don't place, but at least I want a podium with decent fits.
And
These are the podium outfits, and this is the person who made the post. I feel like this person was definitely being shady towards the winners. And the thing is, I actually feel like first and second place did pretty good. So this is one of those posts that I feel like was made just to make fun of the people on podium. I actually thought about making a video where I looked at was I robbed posts and then decided if they were actually robbed or not. But then I was like, is it mean to do that? Even if I'm being respectful, I'm sure some people would get offended. In general, the community is usually split when it comes to criticism regarding outfits. Some people are like, it is what it is, it's a fashion game, so you should be allowed to criticize, but others are like, just keep your opinions to yourself and don't say anything about people's outfits. Unless they ask, of course. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I know this topic is really unserious, but like in a way, it also has some serious parts to it because people do get toxic in the community, which we all know. And I do feel like certain people will use was I robbed posts to be toxic and then try to hide it as like being funny or something. I don't know, I feel like this specific type of post isn't as bad compared to everything else that people do. Anyways, I will be live on Saturday playing the new update and giving away game passes as well. I might also stream on Friday just to play the December update one last time, but I'm still debating it. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about was I robbed posts. Do you think they're annoying, or do you think they're mean, or do you feel like they're actually pretty innocent? Also, let me know how y'all would feel if I did a video where we looked at was I robbed posts. Okay, bye, see you in the next one. Bye, okay, bye, see you, bye.